What happens if you've been taking hydrocodone for 30 years and then suddenly the BWC in your state cuts it off? Well, this happened in Kentucky, and the Kentucky BWC, or equivalent of the Ohio BWC in Kentucky, um, cut this individual's hydrocodone, and this person had been injured in 1993, and they'd been taking this medication, hydrocodone, presumably for chronic pain, for 30 years, and then basically said, "Hey, pursuant to the official disability guidelines, it's not appropriate to continue taking this medication." So, what are the official disability guidelines? They're guidelines that are created by a group of medical doctors that apparently Kentucky follows, but Ohio doctors follow as well when recommending authorization of medication, or whether recommending treatment, surgery, and these sorts of things. And it's something that they'll fall back on. They'll say, "Hey, the ODG guidelines say this is not recommended, or this is," and so apparently the ODG states that hydrocodone and other opioids are not recommended for long-term use, and typically only for 6 weeks or less. And so that's what the Kentucky BWC, they cut off the medication. This individual appealed it all the way up to Kentucky Supreme Court, and regrettably, the Kentucky Supreme Court, upheld the underlying administrative decision to terminate this person's hydrocodone. And I cannot imagine what that person's reality is once this hydrocodone is cut off. I'm assuming they put in some kind of weaning off period, but it would be very rough. And perhaps this individual can, through pain management, can figure out some other medication to take. Perhaps, I don't know if Kentucky has medical marijuana, but if they do, perhaps that would be a better or an alternative solution to deal with the chronic pain that this individual must be undergoing, because you're not going to have a doctor prescribe hydrocodone for 30 years unless you're having dealing with chronic pain. So, anyways, and these sorts of things happen in Ohio as well, where people are prescribed medications for months, if not years, and then all of a sudden it's cut off. And this, you'll see this happen occasionally with psychological conditions, where somebody's prescribed something like Effexor or whatever, and then the BWC pharmacy is like, "Hey, this is not recommended that they take this anymore. We're going to cut it off." And then they have to wean these folks off. And some of these drugs that people are on can be really rough to get off of. So for all those people going through this situation, my sympathies with you. But this is a situation that happened in Kentucky.